Hello, Chandradeepthan. I'm Jack Rainbow, and I am a Swami and a Guru, but I only have one follower or student, and I only teach one follower, and that's Jack Rainbow. I'm very taken with the words of the late Vivekananda, who said, "I worship God with all my heart, and I pray that all the sects and religions will multiply until there's one for each and every person in the world." So I'll drink to that. I've got some beer in this afternoon and some cigarettes. And there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but it's very difficult for me to talk to you. One of the problems is that you seem to have set yourself up so that it's not possible for me to talk to you and have a conversation with you online. But you can contact me at any time by email, by sending a Gmail to my Gmail address, by posting on your Google+. But you've marked it as no reply, so that I can't reply to your posts, I don't think, and therefore you've made yourself exclusive, and I wish you would help me to communicate with you more directly by giving me an email address or explaining how I can post to you directly so that we can have a conversation, because I have a strong feeling that your heart's in the right place. You're very concerned about love and being loving to people and loving behavior, and your own guru has taught you about the unconditional love of God. Well, that's good for you. It's made you, I believe, a better person, a better man. But that isn't my path. It's not that I turn away from God. It's what I've learnt and what I've come to understand about God and what God means and what God is. And much of what I've learned about God is negative. It's not that I don't think about God, and it's not that I'm not focused on God. I am. And the reason that I'm focused so much on God is because I can see that despite all my current failings, my consciousness, which is beer consciousness and cigarette consciousness, and there's beer in my body, and my body is my mind. Isn't that so? Uh, but my prime concern is not God. My prime concern is the people I live with and the people I talk to. And I'm not an arrogant atheist, but I have suffered greatly in my childhood and in my formative years up until the age of 17, which was the last time I sustained abuse at the hands of people who strongly professed to believe in God. And what they did to me by beating me throughout my childhood and adolescence was done to me because of their beliefs about God. And they were Christian. They were not Hindu, as you are. But it seems quite clear that Hinduism accepts Jesus and Christianity as valid, as a body of religious belief which focuses on God, and that the God which Christians focus on is the same God as the God who you focus on. But looking at the evidence of my own experience of God-fearing people, I don't know if you fear God, but you seem to, is that they are more concerned with their duty to God and to respect and obey God than they are to respect and lovingly care for each other, for other people, and for themselves. And I know from my knowledge of history that God has been the focus of many wars, much killing and misery for humanity. And I have seen the terrible things that Hindus have done and the terrible things that Muslims have done and still are doing. And I'm thinking, God has not been good for humanity. Humanity is angry and frightened, is it not? So I'm holding this dichotomy, this dual truth, and the truth that there is a God and the truth that there's no God exists side by side in me. And I'm conflicted by that, because I'm only a man. I don't really know if there's a God or not. And in trying to be honest with myself, I've come to see very clearly that many people do evil expressly as a result, directly as a result of their beliefs. Their behaviour is evil, it's destructive of humanity, and particularly of the young, of children, the vulnerable. And so I'm very concerned. I have seen gurus and swamis commit terrible cruelties to children and to animals, seen with my own eyes in India and in the West. And so for that reason, I need to discuss this issue with you, if you would like to discuss it with me. And I can't do that via Google+. It's too clumsy and too impersonal. And so I would like you to message me again and give me an email address or some means of contacting you so that we can discuss further the issues which you raise about God. And I can emphasize that I do believe your heart is sincere. And I don't wish to deny the truth for you of what your beliefs have made you, what your beliefs have become in you. Our most recent exchange was about the way in which God operates in you, the way in which you try to have unconditional love for God. But that ignores the and your direct experience of God, which you say your guru had. Your guru had or has, I don't know if he's still alive, I'm unclear on that. But he has a direct experience of God. And I'd like to ask you a little bit more about that direct experience of God. And I'd like to ask you, have you had direct experience of God? And do you have direct experience of God? And if so, can you talk to me about that, please? This is very interesting for me. And I would seriously wish to learn what you know from your personal experience of God, if that's possible. Before I drink and smoke myself to death, and then I have to be reborn and go through the whole thing again, and I won't know where you are. You could be anywhere on one of 8,500 planets when you're reborn, and who knows when I'd be reborn. So we better get this over with now, in case I bump into you in the afterlife. Sounds like a joke, and I suppose it is quite funny. I mean, what would you say if we bumped into each other after we're both dead, before we got reborn again? Would you say, "Oh, hi Jack, it's you, how are you getting on?" I'd say, "Well, cheers, I'm just having another heavenly glass to soothe my nerves," or something. It would be so nice if that was true. I did send you the URL for one of my new songs, Always, and I'd like you to watch that, and there's some other songs on there which you can watch as well, and maybe you would enjoy that song. It's about the fact that I'm always, if I'm always, then you're always, and I got the idea for it when I was in India the year before last. So that would be very marvellous if you could watch that and let me have your thoughts about it. I don't think there's anything petty or spiteful in the song. I think it's clear. I don't necessarily believe it, but it's a lovely idea that we're always. Beautiful idea. I wish it was true, but I don't know that it is, and I can't pretend that that's what I believe, because it's not a belief, it's just an idea. But for you, perhaps it's true. So please let me know about that. And perhaps we could have some more discussion. I hope that's okay. I don't want to come over as, aggressive or dismissive of the lessons you've learned in this life so far. But as one Swami to another, perhaps we could enjoy some unconditionally loving discussion, where each of us might seek to treat the other with tolerance and respect and very difficult, most difficult, understanding, and where each of us could listen deeply to what the other has to say. Is that possible? That'd be nice to do. I don't think I could do that with most people, but maybe with you, because I think you've had some training in that. You know how to clear your mind. And I look forward to hearing from you. Bye now.